Let's go. Welcome to On the Attack with Mack, a podcast meant to inspire, motivate, and even educate you to go out there and win in life. I'm your host, Cornell Mack, and your boy is geeked up because we got him in here early. My man, top tier lawn care is in the building. Morris Lawn Care is in the building. Shout out to him. I think he made a comment. We're going to answer his question today on the show. But today we're going to be talking about hitting your sweet spot and the sweet spot, hitting your target in life and in business. But before we get this show started, we always got to start out with the live viewer shout outs. So again, shout out to Top Tier Lawn Care. This is the people on Instagram right now. If you are watching on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you comment down below so I can shout you out here at the beginning of the show. We're going to try a couple new things today, so get ready. And like I always say, I don't have a producer, so we're going to try and do this stuff here on the fly, running some new plays today, as I always say. But we're going to have some fun tonight. The show is entitled The Sweet Spot, Hitting Your Target in Life and in Business. I'm tell you three stories that were inspired by a church sermon that I heard at church. So it ought to be fun today. But the live viewer shout outs, we got Top Tier Lawn Care in here, Morris Lawn Care LLC, Lift Digital, Lawn Lift Digital LLC says, hey there, man. What's going on? D Mac Lawns, my lawn care cousin, Champion Lawn Cuts, D Mac Lawns is in the building. Christopher Kleckner is in the building. Oz Lawn Care is in the building. What's going on with y'all over there on Instagram, on YouTube? We got my man Marcus Tate, the LBC OG, is in the building. Clark Williamson is in the building. Mallard Outdoors. Mallard Allen LLC is in the building. Bill Hilston is in the building. Moggs, what's going on? We got my man Spence Crisco in here. My man Bill Hilston says H&H Lawn Care is in the building. Hey, do me a favor. If you enjoy this show, right here at the beginning of the show, I'm asking you a favor. Do me a favor. Share it on your social medias right now as we're doing it live. Whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, and make sure you're hitting it down in the comment section, man. We are a fun show. I enjoy talking to the audience while we do this show each and every week. And that's why I always like to shout out the people who watch the live studio broadcast. Basically, I don't have a studio. I call it the Boffice. It's the bedroom office. This is where I do my show each week. And every time I have some good people in here to watch the show, make it live as we do it, it is always a fun time. We do it on Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, every Monday night for like at least the last year. All right. I'm always here trying to help you out to go out there and win in life. All I ask in return is that you watch the video, maybe share it if you feel like you got something, and you can also leave it a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify, or wherever you watch your podcast or listen to your podcast. I think you can even watch them now on Apple Podcasts. So I don't know. But anyway, we got Bucky C. Green in the building. Penn Brothers Lawn and Landscape is in the building. Lone Wolf Landscaping is in the building. MBWO9 is in the building. What's going on with y'all, man? I appreciate you. Like I said, we're going to be talking about the sweet spot. This is the third time I'm saying it. Hitting your target in life and in business. And like I said, we're going to try some new stuff today, but we always start the show with the motivational minute after the live viewer shout out. So let me hit the banner real quick and we will get to this week's motivational minute, which is brought to you by Equip Expo, the biggest, and I do mean the biggest conference in the green industry. It is going to be an amazing convention down here in Louisville, Kentucky from October 22nd through the 25th, man. Make sure you're down there. You can use code MAC50 to save yourself 50% on your Equip registration. Right now, at the time of this recording, it is only $15 and it will be going up on September 4th. So get your tickets now if you haven't, and make sure you're booking your hotels because there's going to be like 30,000 people coming to Louisville, Kentucky, booking up all the hotel rooms. So if you want to be in there like swimwear and get the best location so you can be around all the action, make sure you book in your hotel rooms now. And you can do that through Equip Expo's website, where they have some special room blocks at all the different hotels down there. So this is a life-changing event. It changed my life in 2021. You would not be hearing me today if it was not for Equip Expo and the experience that I got down there 4 years ago. I will be on the morning show this year on Thursday morning. We got the Winning Life meetup this year on Wednesday night, and it's going to be a blast down there in Louisville, Kentucky on October 22nd through the 25th. So again, use code MAC50 to save yourself 50% on your Equip registration, and I hope to see you down there. Now, let's get to this week's motivational minute, brought to you again by Equip Expo. Let's go. And I'm going to answer a question today for this week's motivational minute because I dropped a new video on YouTube. The last, actually, it came out at midnight on accident. I accidentally posted it on midnight. I woke up to 700 views, and so it was kind of cool that people jumped on the thing right there at 12 p.m. Eastern. I couldn't believe it when I woke up. Number one, that it was posted, and number two, that many people watched it when it was posted in the middle of the night. But when I woke up, also, I had a question, and it was by Morris Lawn Care LLC. And on one of the videos, he posted a question. He says, how long and how many clients did it take for you to leave your job and go full time in your business? And I wanted to answer that for you as the motivational minute because I know right now we're in the fourth quarter. Well, we're in the third quarter, about to go to the fourth quarter of this season, and people are wondering, is it too late? They hate their jobs. They want to know, how long will it actually take for me to be able to leave this job and go out here and have the life that I absolutely want and that I dream of? And for me personally, it took me 5 years. Now, I did hear this thing where you do what you don't like long enough till you can do what you do like. And so what that means for me is, it took me 5 years to be able to leave the jobs. Now, I didn't personally dislike my jobs. I actually enjoyed my jobs. What I didn't like was I couldn't get to where I was trying to go in life, working jobs for someone else's dream. And so I got on the journey. And so you work your 9 to 5 long enough to save some money so you can start working on your dream, right? And then maybe it don't work the first time. Then you can go back to a job. A job will always be there, right? So he asked me, how long did it take? It took 5 years. How many clients did it take? Between 50 and I want to say 60. 50 to 60 is when I left my job. That's when I felt comfortable. And I had two full-time jobs whenever I started my business. I was only mowing on Saturdays. All right. And if it rained, it might take me a month to get to someone's yard. So I was out there thugging it out. And it took 5 years, but the 5 years didn't seem long at all. I went from push mowing with bricks, like I always say, carrying push mowers up steps, bricks in the yard, snakes, animals, all types of crazy stuff. People wanting their grass cut every 10 days, bi-weekly, monthly, on demand, all of this stuff. And I was doing all of that. It took 5 years of lessons, but they say there's this bamboo tree, the Chinese bamboo tree, and it takes 5 years of constant watering and sunlight and constant nurturing for it to eventually sprout out of the ground. But then after those 5 years, it grows to 90 feet in 90 days. Now, did it take the bamboo tree 5 years to grow, or did it take 90 days? You got to go through a seasoning process because it definitely took 5 years and 90 days for it to grow to 90 feet tall. But you had to go through some stuff, man. That bamboo tree had to go through some stuff, and we got to go through some stuff. So, how long will it take? It'll take as long as it takes. How many clients will it take? As many as it takes. All right. You can do this. I know for sure you could do this because I'm not smart. I'm not overly strong. I'm not the most handsome man in the world. All right. But I'm doing this. And if someone who, out of a class of 300 people, graduated like 260 something in my graduating class, if I can go start a business and thrive and have a life that I dream of and go on trips with my family and eat out whenever we want, and I ain't trying to broadcast or glorify materialistic things, but all I'm saying is I couldn't do any of that stuff when I was working for someone else. So it doesn't matter how long it takes and it doesn't matter how many clients it's going to take. All you really got to do is get going, and then you will figure that out as you go. Boy, that got me going, man, because a lot of people are struggling. They don't want to be in jobs anymore. They feel like how I felt. They're tired of being gone when their kids are asleep and coming home when their kids are asleep. Wife is asleep or wife is tired or husband. I don't know your life. All I'm saying is get started on something. And if it don't work out, who cares, man? It was a good shot. Save up, try something new. All I do know is you got this. Whatever it is, it's out there for you. And you got this. Now, let me throw this over now too. I got an ad for you. I made it myself. So let me know down in the comments how you like it. It's only like a minute. So here we go. Hope you're enjoying the video, but why I got you. Are you going to Equip Expo? If so, I want to invite you to the 2000. Oops. Meetup at Equip Expo. It is Wednesday night, October 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. It is 100% free thanks to the sponsors. But we got 100 grab bags for the first 100 attendees. Food will be free while supplies last, so make sure you get there early so you can eat. We got a cash bar available if that's what you're into. But we got 8 lanes of bowling upstairs. We got arcade games, pinball machines, pool tables, dartboards, and a cash bar downstairs. Let's go. We'll be playing 3 games. We got the Strike Challenge, which was won by my homie Carter Glab last year of RFS Landscaping. We got the Rock, Paper, Scissors tournament that was won by my homie Jeffrey Campbell, and he's like a 2 or 3-time winner at the Win in Life meetups. And last but certainly not least, we got the Best Dress Contest, which you get to decide by crowd participation, and it was won by my homie Ron Folk last year. So I hope to see you there October 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. And right after that, we'll be doing the Lawn Care Power Moves podcast live show with my homie Cedric Still Cuts the Best in front of the live studio audience, where we'll be having a giveaway there. There will be some door prizes available to you. But if you're not registered for Equip Expo already, man, use code MAC50, save yourself 50% on your Equip registration. Let's go. I hope to see you there Wednesday night, October 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. for the 2025 Win in Life meetup. Now let's get back to the video. Let's go. Oh, well, what'd you think? Let me know down in the comments. I hope that you guys are signed up. I don't know what is going on right now. Why can't I see myself? Can you hear me okay? Oh my goodness gracious. What is going on? I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you can see me. I'm not sure what the hell just happened. But we're going to continue working '25 Win in Life meetup at Equip Expo. It is Wednesday night, October 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. It is 100% free thanks to the sponsors. But we got 100 grab bags for the first 100 attendees. Food will be free while supplies last, so make sure you get there early so you can eat. We got a cash bar available if that's what you're into. But we got 8 lanes of bowling upstairs. We got arcade games, pinball machines, pool tables, dartboards, and a cash bar downstairs. Let's go. We'll be playing 3 games. We got the Strike Challenge, which was won by my homie Carter Glab last year of RFS Landscaping. We got the Rock, Paper, Scissors tournament that was won by my homie Jeffrey Campbell. He's like a 2 or 3 time winner at the Winning Life meetups. And last but certainly not least, we got the best dress contest, which you get to decide by crowd participation. And it was won by my homie Ron Folk last year. So I hope to see you there October 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. And right after that, we'll Can you hear me now? Oh my goodness gracious. I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Is everything cool now? Let me know down in the comments. We got to get I don't know what the hell is going. This is crazy. It is a live show, so sometimes things are going to happen. I had to do some troubleshooting right there because my entire computer just restarted, and I don't know what's going on. I just hurt myself. The whole show has been messed up. I appreciate you're some real ones for sticking around for a show. And I apologize, man. Um, I feel like we were on a roll too. I hope I'm gonna have to do some editing on this show. I usually don't have to do any editing because it's all live, and I'm just talking to you. But we are back. I can't get back to the original screen, so now I can't see the Instagram comments until well after they have happened. So I apologize for that. But keep the comments going. We're going to continue the show now. I don't even remember where I was. Someone want to refresh my memory, but uh, we are we just did the motivational minute, and then I tried to show you the winning life commercial. I don't know what the hell happened or why that made the show go haywire. But we're gonna get to this week's winner of the week, and then we'll be followed up by Tate's word of the week. Then I'll let you know what I went over this what I did this week, and then we will get into today's show topics as soon as I can find it. Here we go. All right. So I apologize again. Thank you for sticking with me, and I appreciate you. Some real ones. But this week's winner of the week, I don't know if you've been watching, but the Little League World Series is going on right now, and Team Pennsylvania won the Little League Softball World Series. So shout out to the young ladies from Pennsylvania. They got to do something that not many people will ever get to do in this world, and that is win a world championship, and that is pretty cool. So again, shout out to those lovely young ladies from Pennsylvania for winning the Little League World Series, Softball World Series. And then also America. America got to be a winner of the week. The NFL preseason started. We had the Hall of Fame game last week, and then over the weekend, this weekend, the entire NFL preseason started. The Steelers came out with a victory over the Jaguars, but there was also a kicker in that game who kicked a 70-yard field goal. Now, I don't know if you know, but the NFL record for field goals is 66, and it is held by a guy who's out the league for some reasons. You can look it up if you want to. Who owns that record? But uh, they kicked that record, and this dude kicked it 70 yards, made the field goal versus Steelers. Unfortunately for him, it doesn't count because it is in the preseason. But nonetheless, 70 yards is nothing to sneeze at. So you kick a 70-yard field goal. That's something no one has ever seen. It looked like he could have made that thing from about 75 or 80. He blasted that ball. But shout out to Team Pennsylvania for the Little League Softball World Series. Congratulations to them young ladies. And then that kicker from the Jaguars who kicked the ball 70 yards for a field goal. But the Steelers, here we go. Steelers, here we go. I don't know if we're going to go to the Super Bowl or whatever, but they did win their first preseason game. I don't really watch too many sports, but I do enjoy watching my Steelers from time to time. So shout out to Team Pennsylvania and the NFL in America as a whole, our pastime. It ain't baseball, it is American football. Throwing that pigskin. And it is back and better than ever. All right. They even got you doing first downs with Hawkeye Vision now. So they don't even take the chain gang out there anymore. So they doing some new innovative things, and we should be doing some innovative things too. If the biggest businesses in the world are doing innovation and they're thinking about the future and they're trying to improve, well, don't you think we probably should be doing that too in every aspect of life and business? We should be emulating the people who are the most successful and doing the things that they do that are right, whether you agree with some of the stuff or not. Look at the things that they're doing right, emulate, use, adopt, and then grow. All right. I hope that made sense to you. But anyway, this week's word of the week. Let's hit the banner. This week's word of the week by my homie Marcus Tate, the LBC OG, sends me a positive word of encouragement each week, and I like to share them with you. He doesn't just do it to me, though. He doesn't just send them to me, he sends them to a whole lot of people in our community. So I like to share them with you so they can brighten up your day. I know we do this show on Monday, but if you're listening to it on a podcast, you're hearing it on a Monday. And I want you to have a fabulous rest of your week. If you're listening to this in the morning, have a great day. If you're listening to it at night, I hope you had a wonderful day. But sleep on it and make tomorrow a better day. But we are about halfway through, or we're a little bit through the third quarter of the season, and we got to finish strong. And this week's word of the week is rise and shine. Word of the week is finished or finish. Finish is an action, activity, or piece of work having been completed or ended. We all have a task or goals that are a work in progress. Let's work to close out these tasks, goals, and projects. Completing something gives you the confidence to start new activity, knowing you are on your way to achieving another goal. So we can have the pleasure of saying, I am finished. Finished is not the end, but the beginning of something new. I have glorified you on earth. I have finished the work which you have given me to do. That is from John chapter 17, verse 4 in the New King James Version of the Bible. Have a great week Marcus Tate. Man, isn't it something to finish? You know, my wife, she says to me, nothing is finished to completion. We got the dishes halfway finished. The garbage is halfway taken out, meaning we took it out of the garbage can and we just sat it by the front door on the porch, right? Everything's halfway finished. The bathroom, only the bathtub is clean, but we still got to do the sink and the mirror. We got to finish things. All right. We got to finish things. And right now, we are in a little bit into the third quarter. All right. We're almost about to be in the fourth quarter and we got to finish strong. So, just like Marcus Tate said, man, go out there and finish. Write down the things you got to do, check off those tasks, and complete those goals so you can finish strong and win in your life and in your business this season. All right. And don't think that because we finished this year in December, that's just the start of a new year. All right. So finish strong so you can start strong at the beginning of next season. Let's go. All right. Now we got to get into this week's show. I apologize again for all the discombobulation today, as we have had some technical difficulties, but it's kind of cool that Marcus Tate, we don't talk before he sends me these words of the week, but it is crazy how, like, the stuff I had already had kind of thought of and things that I had already written down that I was going to talk about on the show today, or every week on Mondays, it is like eerily close. I don't know, man. It's like when you go to church. I ain't trying to say this is church because it ain't. But when you go there, it's like the pastor's talking to you, and I ain't the pastor either. So, all right. But it's like, well, maybe Marcus Tate is the pastor. How about that? And I think that maybe he just be writing stuff that it relates to how I'm feeling in the moment, because that's what church does. So anyway, let's get off that. What's going on, Bros Landscaping? Let's do some quick live viewer shout outs again. We got Bros Landscaping in here. Kyle, we got Kyle R 813, Hairston Property Management, Valley View Lawns is in the building. Top tier lawn care. What's going on with you? KJ's Lawn Landscape Solutions. What's going on? Seven Ways Lawn and Tree. That's my homie Pipes is in the building. Cut and Clean Lawn Care Services 23. What's going on with you? 203 Shore. How you doing, my man? Andy with Professional Lawn Maintenance. I did his podcast earlier or last week, at the end of last week, and it came out already. So we got Nick Colix Lawns in the building. Clark Williamson, Ricky's with Aaron's Lawn Care Service 23. What's going on with y'all? And then over here, they've been going crazy in the comments on YouTube. We got Mallard Allen, Bucky, C. Green, Harold Wilson. What's going on with you guys over there? So anyway, you know, uh, again, you got to finish strong, right? I like to make a lot of things about sports because it's been the thing that has given me a lot of joy in my life. Is playing sports and competing and getting better and getting to see tangible evidence of your skills improving. So when I first started out, I couldn't shoot very good. I was shooting with both hands. And then I learned some things and I got my form perfect. And over time, I was able to become a really good shooter in basketball. And it really helped me get through life, all right, playing sports. So when we put things in the sports aspect, I can just understand it. So I hope that that helps you in some way, shape, or form. But I want to tell you about three things, and then we'll get the heck up out of here. We got about 30 minutes left, and then we're gonna close this show out on time because my wife just got home from vacation, and I want to hang out with her. We're gonna have a little fire and hang out. So we're gonna get through this quickly. But again, I appreciate you guys sticking it out through the hard times, through the technical difficulties. But today we're gonna talk about the sweet spot and hitting your target in life and in business. Now, let me tell you about the sweet spot because there's a sweet spot in a whole lot of different things, but I think the best thing to use, and they've changed it this year. I don't know if you've seen this in the major leagues. They have this new bat called the torpedo bat, where the sweet spot is a lot bigger on the bat. Now, at the beginning, when they had the regular bats, the sweet spot is like a third of the way down the barrel or something like that, and then the biggest part of the bat, you hit that ball with that part, that's going to give you the best shot at hitting a ball really hard, maybe even getting a home run. But that's it. The biggest part of the baseball bat or the softball bat. Shout out to them Pennsylvania young ladies who won that softball championship. But it is also uh, when the basketball swishes or that tight spiral that the quarterback throws or the one timer in hockey. Those are all, I think, sweet spot type things. And once you connect what your sweet spot is, and I think that that's the thing that you enjoy doing. All right. So my sweet spot is maintenance. I prefer property maintenance over landscaping. Now, can I do some landscaping? Yes. Yes, I can. Right. But um, landscaping for me is hitting home runs constantly. And I talked to some people who have they've been trying to hit home runs. I'm cool with base hits, doubles. Let me hit some base hits, some doubles, a triple every now and then, and a home run when it suits us. Home runs come along, right? As you continue to play the game, you start to be wide open a little bit more when it comes to shooting a three-pointer or running a route as a receiver, right? Sometimes you're going to catch that deep pass, or you're going to hit that ball right, or you're going to shoot that buzzer beater from past half court, and it's going to go in. But that isn't always the case. So you got to focus on hitting your sweet spot time after time after time. Again, that has been what I've been doing. So personally, I tried to hit a home run, but I didn't know where the sweet spot of the bat was. So when I first started out, I was swinging the bat wrong. Does that make I hope that makes sense to you. I was swinging the bat wrong. I was going after trying to hit a home run because I seen that's what other people were doing. And then I realized, well, I'm not a home run hitter per se. I can hit one every now and then. There's a batter named Juan Pierre. I think he won a batting title one time. He's like 5'9", a little guy. He ain't hit very many home runs. I think one season he had maybe like 6 home runs, but he had a whole bunch of singles, doubles, and some triples, right? So he was a leadoff batter. So he was still very impactful, and you can still have a big impact without trying to hit the 500 uh, foot home run all the time. So what is your sweet spot? I found that my sweet spot was lawn maintenance. This is what I could make sure that I hit the ball on the sweet spot of the bat every time. And I go up and talk to Miss Martha, and she says, "Hey, do you know my yard is 4,000 square feet. I have a small teacup Yorkie. We have 2 flower beds, and in the back I have a maple tree. All right, 4,000 square feet. Got a dog. There's a maple tree in the backyard. Can we push mow it? Yes. All right. We could go through this whole back and forth where I'm just asking qualifying questions. And then I get that hit. Boom. And that's one. And then move over to she tells her friend from church who lives 3 doors down. We talk to her. Boom. I hit another base hit. Right. And these houses might be 50, 55, 60, 60, the little small properties that we do. Right. But then you get that one, right? Because you done did Miss Martha's yard, in your sweet spot. You done did Miss Gertrude's yard, and then they tell you about Penelope, and Penelope is the one who got the mansion, and that cut's gonna be $380 a week, and you're gonna get to do leaf cleanups and mulch installs and power washing and all these other great things because you kept hitting your sweet spot, and then here comes a pitcher to groove one right down the middle and you turn on it and boom, you hit it out there into the rafters. And that's the home run. So I always look for my sweet spot. And I don't know what yours is, but I encourage you to find a thing that you enjoy doing that you can talk about very easily and that you can sell the best and that you can be confident in. Because swinging confidently is much better than just closing your eyes and just taking a rip. Maybe you'll hit it, maybe you won't. But I know one thing: the people who sit there and they try to make it rip. Unless you are hitting bombs, you're gonna be out the league. All right. I don't want you to be out of the league. So find that thing that you can do. That's your sweet spot that you can just bow every time. Bow, bow, base hit, bow, double. Oh, they had an error. Now we got a triple. And then next thing you know, here comes that grooved pitch, and boom, then you blast it out of the park. All right. So find your sweet spot and don't be afraid to continuously hit the sweet spot. All right. I ain't gonna say what I was about to say about the sweet spot, but all right. Next, we got the gift. And how do we discover our gift? All right, because the gift is, I feel like you find out what you want to do, and then you find the gift. My gift happened to be talking to people once I learned what my sweet spot was. Then I was able to go up on to this porch, and I heard this before that your gift is the thing that you do the best with the least amount of effort. I don't even try hard to talk. I didn't realize I could do this, and I didn't realize I would be able to sell myself. But you got to find out what your gift is because they say that your gift will make room for you. Now, again, I'm doing a whole lot of things on social media now and all of this, using my voice to talk to hopefully help someone else to get started in this, right? Maybe find their gift even. I don't know what that gift is for you. Sometimes you're not going to know what it is. You'll figure it out by accident, just like I did. All right. Working hard wasn't hard at all. That was actually easy for me. Today, me and Captain Jack, we did a mulch job. It was probably close to 2,000, I think is what we charged for the mulch job. Um, but we was out there taking care of that stuff in the heat. It was hard work. I was tired and everything. So, but working hard, I think it can be a gift, but that's a gift that anyone can have. For me, I didn't realize it was going to be it was going to be talking so that I could sell these type of jobs. So I encourage you to look at what it is that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort in this industry, and then keep doing that. If it is doing the actual work, then go out there and be a superstar at doing that work and working your gift. Keep hitting that sweet spot. All right. The sweet spot is the gift, the thing that you can do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. So, whatever that is in the business, if it's talking, then find people to do the work for you. And then you go out and you talk and you sell. If it's doing the actual work, then go out and find someone to do some selling for you. You can even use AI now. I call this, there's a chicken place called Hooks Fish and Chicken here where we live. I talk about them before. Put this seasoning on there. We call it I call it the crack seasoning. I don't know if anybody else calls it that, but that's what I call it because you get addicted. You want these wings all the time. That's how fire they are. Anyway, where was I going with that? We ordered where was I going with that? Wow, I lost my train of thought. That sucks, man. I was about to say something fire right there. But yeah, operating your gift, keep doubling down, and I don't know. I'm gonna move on to the next thing because I lost my train of thought. That is unfortunate, man. That is unfortunate. Um, but the last thing I want to talk about before we get up out of here is my wife and I. We were watching this show on Amazon called House of David, and it was about King David and telling his story. And there's first season. It's an absolutely incredible show. But finding your gift. Sometimes you don't know what your gift is. It's what I was talking about earlier. Sometimes you don't know what your gift is, and it is already preordained for your gift to make room for you. It's just waiting there ready. It's giving you lessons and all of these different things so that whenever it is time for you to figure out what your gift is and hit that sweet spot, then you get to become a king or queen. All right. And the story of David is really cool because he was a shepherd boy. He was the smallest, he was the run of the family. His he was born out of wedlock and he had all of these trials and tribulations. He was a shepherd, so he was out tending to the flock. David killed a lion and David killed a bear. All right. He had so much confidence in himself because he believed in God. He believed in the Lord, right? So one day, this the there was going to be a war, and that's when David and Goliath. That's the David from Goliath. He became the king, right? So David, you got Goliath out there. He's this giant, and he's talking the most mess to the enemy, his enemy anyway. And he's talking stuff on God and the king and all of these people. And David is out there. He didn't fought a lion and killed a lion to protect the flock. He killed a bear to protect the flock, and he knows what his gift is. Like he knows. He's also been told that he's going to be the king by Samuel. All right. So now he gets told he has to take this food and stuff out to where the battle is going on, and he actually hears Goliath talking and stuff. He killed the lion and he killed the bear with this sling, right? So he hears Goliath talking this mess. And he goes down to this river and he picks up these five rocks, five smooth rocks. And then he goes back. He's like, I'm going to fight Goliath, man. And all these people are scared. What are you talking about? You're going to fight this guy? But remember, he knew that God was on his side. He knew that had told Samuel that he was going to be king. Samuel let him know that because of his faith. All right. He believed in himself and he really, really, really believed in God over anything, which is what we all should be doing. So he says, who is this man who speaks foul of my God? Anyway, long story short, he runs out there. Goliath throws a couple spears at him in the show. He takes this sling and one shot, bang, knocks his head off. Then he cuts his head off. My daughter loves this story. She's 6. Why she likes to hear about people getting their head cut off is beyond me. But that's because she knows the power of God, right? And God gave you a gift so that you could hit your sweet spot, so that when your Goliath came, you could vanquish him. You could go do the thing that you needed to do so you could be the bright light that your family needs and eventually become the king like David. I think that the David and Goliath story is cool because it is Goliath is sometimes the fear of leaving that 9 to 5, like I talked about at the beginning of the show. Sometimes Goliath is the fear of what people may think about you. Sometimes Goliath is you thinking that people want to see you lose. Sometimes Goliath is you thinking that you will lose because maybe you lost at other things. But you got a gift. You can hit your sweet spot and you will be a king or a queen because that's what God built you to be. So go out there, find your gift, man. Don't worry about the things you got to go through because they're just building you up so that eventually you can fight and beat your Goliath and go out there and win in your life, man. That's what I ultimately want for anyone who watches or listens to my voice is for them to feel the joy that I get to feel on a daily basis when I wake up and I go out to live my own dream because I vanquished the Goliath of my 9 to 5 job. I vanquished the Goliath of the stinking thinking about my own self. I vanquished the Goliath of caring about what other people think. For the most part, we obviously we care what people think, but like when it comes to you winning or losing, who cares what they think? It's only what you think. All right. So go out there and vanquish that Goliath. You got this. You can leave the 9 to 5. You can stop being an employee. You can start a business, you can live your dream, you can do what you want, you can see what you want, you can be what you want, you can go where you want. All of this is afforded to you because you're here now. So find your gift, look for it, search for it. Sometimes it will come to you even when you don't know it's there. Sometimes, because you've already killed the lion and you killed the bear, when it's time for your Goliath to come, you're not going to be afraid. All right, so go find your gift. Hit that sweet spot, baby. Believe in yourself and go out there and get the job done. Yeah, no doubt. Oh, okay. What's up, Gino? That's my man Gino. He got a business out there. But anyway, that's the show I got for you tonight. Like I said, I knew it was going to be a short one tonight. And I appreciate you sticking around throughout the technical difficulties we had. Make sure if you're going to Equip Expo, you sign up for the 2025 Win in Life meetup down at Equip Expo. I will put a link to the Eventbrite link for you to sign up free, thanks to the sponsors, in the show description and in the podcast description. Uh, Make sure you finish strong, man. Just like Marcus Tate said, finish strong and don't think that it's the end. It is only so you can begin something new. Finish strong. As always, I love you. I appreciate you. I wish you nothing but success. Get out there, all right, and create the life that you want because that's what the Creator created you for. So go out there and do it. Don't wait to add that thing. Don't wait to start that business. Don't wait to cut off that thing that you know is hurting you in your life. Go out there and get ready to win. All right. Because I'm out. Peace.